As stress continues to manifest in modern-day society, understanding its effects and long-term outcomes of diverse treatments will provide with more information in preventing and alleviating it. Good morning. My name is Daira Baduan, and today I will be presenting about how to prevent stress in the long-term outcome. This brings me to my question of how comparative effectiveness and long-term outcomes of various treatments in aggravating and preventing stress. Some of the questions that are most prevalent when talking about stress is what are the different levels and kinds of stress and who do they affect. In this chart, we can see how stress can be presented in high school seniors. As we can see here, there is a greater percentage of stress related to applying to college, and it's one of the, and then we go into balancing school, work, and social life, paying for college, class workload after graduation, and other. This presents with this, as we can be seen here, students in a high school level class should have way more stress than they should at that age. This brings me to my first claim: how can regular exercise help reduce stress levels? If people regularly engage in physical activity, they may enjoy extended periods of time periods of waking life in a state in which they are relatively unresponsive to stressors. As it can be seen in this quote, the use of therapy as a stress reliever, as it can be seen in this picture, adults who have a good stress balance are more physically active per week than those who have poor stress balance. As we can see in this chart that presents a whole week, those who are active more and have a higher stress-less life than those who are not. In this chart, we can see how those of age between 19 and 64 are presented with those aged 19 and 64, according to their body mass, their height, and their age, shows their stress levels between men and women. This brings me to my second claim. What are the medications with the best effects on stress? In the United States, the number of adults and children using attention deficit hyperactivity disorder medications rose by 35.5% between 2008 and 2012, and by 84.4% among 26 to 34-year-olds. This spike in usage increases drug diversion and might indicate that some users obtain fraudulent prescriptions by fabricating symptoms. This provides the body with, as it can be seen in this quote, the use of therapy as a stress reliever. What types of alternative therapy best help with reducing stress? In recent years, researchers have developed several promising mindfulness-based interventions specifically geared towards post-secondary students and other emerging adults. This brings me to my solution with providing a less stressful work environment, and a limitation of less work at school will lead to a decrease in education and will cause more procrastination when it comes to areas related to work. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have two questions for you. First up, how did your research question evolve as you moved through the entire process?
When I first started my research question, I was trying to base it on students throughout middle school and high school, but as I did more research, I realized that they're not the only ones affected with stress, and I would have a wider range of research if I expanded that question to those of older ages.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and next question. What advice would you have for other researchers who consider this topic in the future?
Really have a set idea of type of where they would want to research what they would want to research, as in there's a lot related to stress and a lot of information that can be found, but there is really a lot of ways where you can go. So really have a set idea of what age group you would want to research and what kind of how effect would be related to them.